Hello, friends. It's indeed a bright and sunny day here in Nigeria this afternoon, and it's interesting to look around and see how bright the day is and how everything is moving on smoothly. Despite the challenges that people are passing through, we find out that we can't just say that we are not doing what we are doing because challenges and trials and troubles, they are all part of life. So giving up because of them is just to say that we are not ready to face the world or life the way it actually is. So this is me, Amechi Eke, broadcasting from Ebonyi State, and I happens to be one of the many voices collectively talking about TBC, and which others are also encouraged to take part in making sure that we tell people about TBC and help them to realize the benefits of coming into this very big opportunity that is there towards making things better for people, and especially for helping them to learn how to do transaction in a much better and faster and easy way. So once again, you are welcome to my today's broadcast. I looked at some certain things and I want to share it with the community. And I know you are going to see reasons on what I'm saying. So I look at this scenario, this very interesting example. I said, and I put it this way: if not for some good reasons, as we all know, yes. Supposing we have the opportunity to meet or see the admin of TBC, supposing we have that opportunity to meet him one-on-one, honestly speaking, how do you want him to look like? What do you expect to see? Do you expect to see a well-composed and decent individual, or are you expecting to see a tattered and unkept man? Which one do you go for? I know that you should know the answer and the best one to choose from. But I want you to know one thing, that we should not necessarily have to be, or we don't necessarily have to be poor in order to help the poor ones. It's a fact. So when we talk about how likely is admin going to be looking so big or whatsoever, people should just make use of their mindset and know that it doesn't necessarily have to take a poor one to be able to help the poor fellow ones. No. It has also been proved that those people who are out there to do things reasonably, they always have something to go with. Okay? So we expect that admin should be a well-composed and a decorated man, someone who knows what he is doing at each given point in time. Another point that have been proven also is that how someone or how one's appearance is determines to a greater extent how such person or what that person is to be treated. Our appearance matters most, and that is what we like to project before others, for them to really see that we have arrived. At least we are not a pushover or whatsoever. But in order to attract some good treatment from others, many people have actually overdone things. They've actually go beyond their limits just to make sure that they appear approvingly or that people approve them. Okay? Some have actually used this to defraud the unwary ones. Yes. When some people claim to be what they are not, agreeably, some quick gains and favor will come to them, but it doesn't last long. It doesn't. Because when we just put up a false pretense and people are bound to take us for what we are not and start hailing us, hey, you are this, you are that. But in the actual sense of it, we are not. If we ended up getting any favor for putting up such pretense, it doesn't last long. And we know this to be truth. Okay? So there's no point claiming to be what we are not. So, friends, there's no point, as we have been able to understand, there's no need trying to just put up false pretense and say that we are this, whereas we are nothing. No. So, I hope you are getting the point very clear. You may be wondering why I'm towing this line of thoughts today. You may be wondering about what is Amici actually talking about using these very instances. Good. If you have listened to my last broadcast, you will know that I'm actually trying to address some issues of concern in the community. And it's very important that we have that very issue discussed. Because nothing but real sanity is needed. And to have that achieved, the need to conduct ourselves professionally is not to be overemphasized. We have to groom or carry ourselves professionally for people to know that what we are doing is real. We are working towards getting something highly significant come up to stay. And as such, we should carry ourselves as those who know actually what they are doing and not those who are just after manipulating people or trying to confuse them, so to say. As you can see, even without being told, I'm speaking from a humble background, and there's no need to fake anything just impress anybody. I hope you get it right. There's no need to fake anything just impress anybody. It doesn't make sense. Impressing people out there, whereas in reality you are nothing, doesn't sound reasonable. No, I'm not doing that. But in TBC, we have different success rates, just like every other things in life. So if you brag falsely just to fool some people out there, if you brag that you are what you are not, you are just exposing yourself, because reality is always sure and certain to take place. I want you to remember that there are still those that know your details and have your details on hand. So there's no point claiming that you are this whereas you are nothing. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't add, rather it removes. But when you are sincere enough and say things the way they are, the sky will be your limit. And that is the type of life we want to live in TBC. We are not trying to impress anybody, so to say, with what we don't have. TBC is still a community being built. And let's accept the fact that yes, we are growing. Don't claim to be grown when you are still a toddler. Okay? And that is one thing we need to understand. And being truthful in everything we are doing goes a long way to help us. If we claim to be what we are not, our pocket, our individual pocket tells us the real truth. So we should learn to speak the truth always and know that whenever we are on the truth side, nobody can come against us. So if I want to put it again in another clearer version, if there's a better definition to use in describing loyal TBC members, if there's better definition to use to describing them, I will simply say that they are privileged in the sense that we are constantly being exposed to the real life information on how to sail through some difficulties, needing common sense to understand. Yes, so many difficulties that all that is needed is for us to just apply common sense, and we scale through it and we know how some certain things work. These are things we are getting free of charge here in TBC. Okay? We are being groomed to understand that there are more to living than just striving after material possessions. Are we getting that point? Yes. Here in TBC, we are meant to understand that it's not just about what you can be able to acquire. You have a lot of money, you buy this, you buy that. No. For those who really understand the concept of what TBC really is and what great broadcasters that we are learning from in the community have been helping us, trying to help us understand, we find out that they are helping us to appreciate life the way it is. Yes, in this community, we learn beyond mere acquisition of wealth. I hope I'm not sounding too difficult for people to understand. It is not just about how we can acquire wealth and boast of having this and having that. No. But here in TBC, we attract wealth to ourselves, which go beyond money and what it could buy. We build trust, not just with those who are closer to us, those who know us one on one. We build trust with people thousands and even millions of miles away. That is another opportunity that we are getting from TBC. We build trust around the world. We've come to know each other. And when you mention people like Derrick, you mention people like Randy Wilson, you mention other broadcasters, President Kumar of India, many of them you mentioned, you'll be speaking as if you've known yourself for long, but don't know that it is from this community that we come to actually understand how we reason and how we are very taught on certain things, and how we've been working hard to help others understand what we are doing in this very community. So it is not just about money, money, money. No. So isn't that wonderful that we have such as wealth? Because there is a saying that he that has no money is poor. But he who has gotten nothing other than money, if everything you have in this life is all money, you are the poorest. Because that human to human interaction is not there. Is money going to solve that problem for you? Definitely no. So we should understand that the privilege we have in this community is exposing us to how things are done. And I really appreciate that so much. And though some people are misusing technology per se, technology is very straightforward. Okay? A few days ago, I did a transaction of Bitcoin with somebody that we have never met for once in life. I don't know whether he's black or white or whatsoever. The transactions went through. I bought Bitcoin from him. He sent me the coin, the Bitcoin, the dollars rather, and I transferred the fiat into his account. After 2 days or thereabout, I got a reverse alert into my phone that the money I transferred to the person has just been reverted back to me. After a while, I said, what is this? After going through my account, I found out that actually this is how it happened. I contacted him and said, please, can you reconfirm the transaction we did earlier? Say which day? I gave him details. And he said, no, that he never received such alert. He has even forgotten about it. And I said, okay, look, that money was reverted to me, and please, I need to send it back to you. So, what are we saying? Just being honesty in everything we are doing gives us more opportunity of knowing people. I can't remember how many accounts I am controlling for people in TBC. Yes, though I didn't say that people should keep their password secret, personal to themselves. There is sense in that because of people are just funny. But we also want to know that this is a new concept, and many people don't really know how this technology of editing works. So there still needs to be some measure of trust. Some people still trust others, although there have been some funny issues arising from that. But I'm not proud. I'm not boasting. I am having close to 48 different accounts that I'm managing for people, and I'm also trying to put them through. So when you know that you are building something more than wealth, that wealth is you. When you speak, when you come across people, we don't know where we are going to meet each other, but how we treat one another, even when we don't see each other face to face, and when we have not interacted one on one, goes a long way to show and prove the type of person you are. So another thing we noticed in this community is that those that are not disposed towards such directions, that is, towards understanding that TBC is beyond mere acquisition of money. Those that are not disposed toward that direction, who are just after business, just the as usual, you see them living and continue with what suits them most, and that is it. You can't force anybody to be what he or she is not. So when we try our possible best to live a life that goes a long way to show that we know what we are doing and that we appreciate what God has given to us, humanity, that is the best thing that can happen to one. You save your face from unnecessary accusations. Okay? Though sometimes some situations may come and may appear as if there's no way to do, but being truthful in everything is very, very important. So, folks, let us apply some measure of good decorum to what we are doing. Let's avail ourselves in the much needed education in TBC community. Yes, let's put up the needed fight to help people understand what we are doing. If it calls for learning more, we are not priding ourselves, we are not boasting, we are not impudent. Once we don't know, we will be open enough to let others know that yes, we don't know this thing. How can I get to know about it? What is needed for me to acquire this knowledge? How exactly is this thing being done? You don't need to go about priding ourselves that we know it all. TBC is a different concept altogether, and it has shown us that it is a different way of doing things and a much better way of doing things. So why are we still applying the old method of how we used to do things? If we do that, it will not align. It becomes out of alignment. So let's learn to do things exactly how it is to be done. Okay? When we do things as needed in the community, we'll be seeing nothing but good results all through. Okay? Yes, $22 per month is not a small money, especially for those of us in the third world countries, like here in Nigeria and other African countries. But we just have to do our best to support TBC administrators for them to carry on with the technologies involved in stabilizing this great platform to accommodate 1 billion members doing transactions worth huge grains of gold every single day. It's not a small task. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Let's be fair. If you had to ask Facebook, that's Mark Zuckerberg, all that is inputting to make sure that his platform stands, it will baffle most of us. So let's learn to do things rightly and stop behaving as if we know it all when we don't know anything. It's always a funny thing. It's not an easy thing. I myself, there was a time I even went for a loan. Okay, there's this online of a thing that I usually collect, and all of a sudden I just discovered that I cannot be able to pay it again because all along I've actually been, using all my strength to just make sure that I pay up this loan, not knowing that it was eating deep, so deep into our savings. So when little things happen and I did some expenses and I finally discovered that even to be able to pay, I can't pay again. So they were threatening that, look, they're going to report you to credit bureau that you did this, you did that, you refused to pay our money and things like that. It's not that I'm not going to pay. I'll pay when I have the money to pay. Okay? Though it's accumulating of interest, it continues to accumulate. Yes, that is just for you to know that the bank stars or the lenders, they don't really have your interest at heart. They don't. They are just after what they can get. I made mention of the other day of a place whereby I went for training. This, when you just put everything together, just find out that it's all rigging. It's all rigged. People are just using various schemes to defraud each other. But it doesn't have to be that way. Okay? So let's put the needed effort in TBC. Let's apply different strategies to make it work. I have my card here, which actually helps me to talk to people and even drop it with some people. So it's not just about staying and complaining. Complaining doesn't take us to anywhere, but rather when we learn to do things just as it's supposed to be done, we see results. Okay, let's work harder and see TBC become what it is, what it should be. We are aiming at 1 billion members. Let us do it and do it right. So I must appreciate your time for taking your time to play this video and listen to what I have to say. We'll continue to do more, but I encourage you, or if you are not yet doing videos about TBC and you're a member, why not try? If you don't know how to do it, contact me or contact others who will help you and put you through for your own voice also to be heard. Because when it is hard, it will show that we know what we're doing and we know what we're talking about. I remain myself and Meji. Please don't forget to subscribe and share my videos. I love you all. Bye bye.